All right, let's jump right in, shall we? Today, we're diving deep into the world of motorcycles.
Motorcycles, yes.
Specific.
The reimagined
The reimagined.
2025 Indian Scout 101. Now, we're not just going to talk
Yeah.
about specs and features today.
No.
We're going to really uncover what makes this bike so special
Right.
and why everyone's buzzing about it.
It's got people talking. That's what.
Exactly. We've got a great article here from Biker Motor Rider to guide us.
Great publication.
So let's get started.
Let's do it.
So what is it about this motorcycle that has everyone so excited?
What's really fascinating is that Indian Motorcycle is bringing back a legend,
Oh,
but they're not just recreating it. No, they're reimagining it for the modern rider.
I can already picture myself cruising down the highway.
I bet.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about the history of this iconic bike.
All right. So the Indian Scout, it has roots going way back
Okay.
to the early 1920s.
But the real game changer came in 1928 with the Scout 101.
The 101.
It was known for its nimble handling, lightweight design, and a really powerful engine for its time.
So it wasn't just a looker.
No, this bike could perform.
It could really move. I bet that made it pretty popular back in the day.
Oh, absolutely. It quickly gained a cult following.
I bet.
And you can still see its influence on motorcycle design even today.
Wow. So they really set the stage.
Absolutely, and that's what makes this 2025 release so exciting.
Okay, so how are they bringing this legend into the 21st century?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the article mentioned blending classic design with modern technology.
Yeah.
So let's start with the design. What's catching everyone's eye?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, picture this.
Okay.
A low-slung silhouette, clean lines, a teardrop fuel tank,
Okay.
and that iconic round headlamp.
Yeah.
It's all there, a clear nod to the original.
I'm really drawn to those classic lines.
Me.
Do you think it will attract attention from riders of all ages?
Oh, yeah.
Or mostly those who remember the originals?
Well, I think it has a really broad appeal.
Okay.
It definitely speaks to those who appreciate the heritage.
Mm-hmm.
But those sleek lines, they're timeless,
Yeah.
And then you've got those subtle modern touches.
Oh, like what?
Well, they've got LED lighting,
Hmm.
seamlessly integrated into that vintage design,
That's cool.
improved aerodynamics,
Oh, wow.
and some really sharp color schemes.
What kind of color schemes are we talking about?
Well, they've got Thunder Black, Midnight Red,
Okay.
and a two-tone tribute paint that's just stunning.
Oh, wow. They really thought of everything.
It seems like it.
But a motorcycle is more than just a pretty face.
You get that right.
What's going on under the hood that has people talking?
Ah, yes. This is where things get really exciting.
Okay, lay on me.
At the heart of the 2025 Scout 101 is an upgraded 1200cc liquid-cooled V-twin engine
Wow.
that cranks out over 100 horsepower.
Over 100 horsepower? That's got to be pretty impressive.
It is, and they've tuned it
Oh, yeah.
to deliver that classic V-twin rumble.
Nice.
You get a satisfying pulse of power with every twist of the throttle.
I bet. Okay, now that's impressive.
Yeah.
Over 100 horsepower. That must translate to a pretty exhilarating ride.
Oh, it does. It does.
Yeah.
The engine is paired with a smooth shifting 6-speed gearbox and plenty of low-end torque for that instant burst of acceleration.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
I feel it.
It's going to feel incredibly responsive.
It will. It will.
Speaking of responsiveness,
Yeah.
how does the 2025 model handle?
Well, they've really focused on agility with a lightweight chassis. So you'll feel that light, responsive handling.
Okay,
The moment you lean into a corner,
I bet.
it's like the bike becomes an extension of your body.
That sounds pretty incredible.
It is.
Now, I know the article mentioned that they focused on rider comfort.
Yeah.
What features make this bike comfortable for, both short trips and long hauls?
Well, Indian Motorcycle has really thought about the ergonomics on this one.
Okay.
So the 2025 Scout 101 has forward foot controls,
Mm-hmm.
upright handlebars,
Okay.
and a plush saddle
Oh, yeah.
that looks incredibly comfortable. They're really aiming for that relaxed riding posture.
Yeah.
So you can enjoy those long rides
Right.
without feeling cramped.
Now, that sounds great for cruising,
Yeah,
but wouldn't it be a bit soft for, more aggressive riding?
that's a great point.
Yeah.
While it prioritizes comfort, they haven't forgotten about performance and handling.
Okay.
The 2025 Scout 101 boasts adjustable rear shocks
Mm.
and modern telescopic forks.
Oh, wow.
What that means is you get a smoother, more stable ride,
Okay.
no matter what kind of road you're on.
So it can handle a variety of...
Yeah. Whether you're cruising down the highway or tackling winding back roads,
Right.
you'll be in for a smooth, controlled ride. And don't forget about the high-performance disc brakes.
Oh, right
With ABS for safety.
Yeah, of course.
Crucial for those unexpected moments on the road.
That's right. Got to be safe out there.
You do.
So you're telling me this bike is comfortable,
Yes.
powerful,
Yes.
and it handles well?
It does. What more could you ask for?
Well,
yeah.
in this day and age,
Right.
riders expect a little bit of technology integrated into their bikes.
It's true.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Indian Motorcycle has done.
That's right.
So let's talk tech.
Yeah.
What kind of modern features are we talking about here?
Well, they've really taken a classic design and seamlessly blended in technology that's useful for today's rider.
Okay.
For example, you have a digital display neatly integrated into that vintage-style gauge cluster.
Oh, cool.
You get Bluetooth connectivity
Of course.
to hook up your phone, navigation assistance,
Nice.
and real-time ride metrics.
Oh, wow.
So you can track your performance.
So they've really managed to bring this classic bike into the modern age
They have.
without sacrificing its soul.
Exactly. It's a delicate balance.
Yeah.
But they seem to have pulled it off.
So you're probably wondering what's the price tag
I am, yeah.
on this piece of reimagined history.
Well, the starting price for the 2025 Indian Scout 101 is $14,999.
Okay.
Yeah,
That seems pretty reasonable, especially when you consider what you're getting.
I think so too.
How does that compare to some of his competitors?
Well, it's actually very competitive. For
Okay.
example, the Harley-Davidson Sportster S
Yeah.
will run you between $16,500 and $17,500,
Okay.
while the Triumph Bonneville Bobber
Uh-huh.
sits between $13,500 and $15,000.
All right.
The Ducati Diavel 1260 is a bit pricier, starting at $21,000.
Wow. Okay.
Then you have options like the Yamaha VMA, ranging from $18,000 to $20,000, and the Moto Guzzi V9 Bobber, which is a bit more affordable,
Okay.
from $11,200 to $12,500.
So the Scout 101 kind of sits comfortably in the mid-range,
Yeah, it does.
offering a lot of value for the price,
I agree.
especially considering the performance, the technology, the heritage,
Right.
and that overall riding experience.
Yeah.
Sounds like the 2025 Scout 101 is a strong contender in its class.
I think so.
Now, before we move on,
Yeah.
I want to make sure we're clear on the key updates that set this model apart
Okay.
from its predecessors.
Yeah.
It sounds like they've made some significant improvements.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
What would you say is the most significant?
I would say the most significant upgrade is that powerful new engine.
Okay.
We're talking more horsepower,
Of course.
more torque, a smoother ride,
Yeah.
and a liquid-cooled system for optimal performance.
Makes sense.
Then there's the addition of all that rider-centric technology,
Yeah, the tech.
the digital display, Bluetooth connectivity, and navigation assistance.
Right.
None of that was available on the older model.
So it's a big step forward. And what about those improvements to the suspension system?
Oh, those are big, too.
Yeah.
They sound like a game changer for comfort and handling. They really are. Those adjustable rear shocks and modern telescopic forks make a huge difference in terms of how the bike handles different road conditions.
Right.
And of course, you have the added safety of ABS-equipped brakes,
Right.
which is a major plus.
Can't forget about safety.
You can't.
And we can't forget about the updated aesthetic details.
Oh, right.
They really freshened up the look.
They did. The LED lighting
Yeah.
and the new color options really modernized the look while still respecting that classic design.
It sounds like they've really gone above and beyond
I think so.
to create a motorcycle that is both a tribute to its heritage
Yeah,
and a modern marvel.
we really have.
So what do you think is the overall appeal of this bike?
Yeah.
Who is the 2025 Indian Scout 101 calling to?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think there are a few different types of riders who will be drawn to this bike.
Okay, I'm all ears.
First, you have the motorcycle collectors.
Right.
Who appreciate the history and the classic design elements
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
The 2025 Scout 101 is a chance to own a modern take on a piece of history.
I can see that.
But it's also a great choice for everyday riders
Okay.
who want a bike that's effortless and enjoyable to ride.
Makes sense.
It's reliable, comfortable, and has that extra power when you need it.
Right.
And of course, you have the enthusiasts who are looking for a retro-inspired bike
Right.
with next-level performance.
I bet.
The Scout 101 checks all of those boxes.
It really does seem like a bike that can wear a lot of hats.
Yeah, yeah,
It's versatile, stylish, and powerful.
it is.
You know, when we started this deep dive,
Yeah,
I was picturing myself just cruising down the highway.
right.
Now, I'm picturing myself cruising down the highway
Uh-huh.
and maybe taking a detour onto some winding back roads.
That's the beauty of a bike like this.
Yeah.
It can handle it all.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We talked about the history, the design, the performance,
Yeah.
the technology, and even who this bike might appeal to.
Right.
What are your final thoughts
Mm.
on the 2025 Indian Scout 101? What stands out to you?
Well, what really stands out to me is how Indian Motorcycle has managed to capture the essence of the original Scout 101
Okay.
while making it relevant for today's rider.
Right.
It's not just a retro bike, it's a modern motorcycle
Yeah.
with a soul, a connection to the past.
You know, you're right. It's more than just a collection of parts and specs.
It is.
There's a feeling,
Yeah.
a vibe to this bike
Yeah,
that's kind of hard to define.
it is. It is.
You know?
Yeah.
What do you think that is?
I think that feeling comes from the way they've blended those classic design elements with modern technology.
Right.
They haven't just slapped some new tech.
Right. Onto an old frame.
Yeah.
They've thoughtfully integrated it in a way that enhances the riding experience.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
They really took their time with it.
They did.
And speaking of the riding experience,
Yeah.
we talked about how this bike handles both cruising
Right.
and more spirited riding.
Yeah.
What kind of rider do you think will be most drawn to the 2025 Scout 101?
Well, it's hard to say definitively, but I imagine it'll appeal to a wide range of riders.
Yep.
Someone who appreciates both the heritage
Uh-huh.
and the modern performance.
Right.
Someone who wants a bike that's as comfortable carving through canyons as it is cruising down Main Street.
That versatility is definitely a big selling point.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's not just a one-trick pony.
You got that right. And that's something that's often missing
Yeah.
from modern motorcycles.
I know, yeah.
A lot of bikes are designed
Yeah.
for a very specific purpose.
Right. Sport riding, touring, off-roading.
Right.
The Scout 101 seems to blur those lines a bit.
It really does.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes it so intriguing.
I think so too.
It's a bike that can adapt to your riding style,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
And it doesn't hurt that it looks fantastic doing it.
No, it doesn't.
So we've been talking a lot about the objective details,
Yeah.
the specs, the features, the price.
Right.
But I'm curious, from your perspective,
Yeah.
what's the intangible quality that sets the Scout 101 apart?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I think it's that feeling of freedom,
Okay.
that connection between rider and machine
Right.
that you get when you're on a truly special motorcycle.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
It's that feeling of being completely in sync with the bike,
Uh-huh.
like it's an extension of yourself.
Exactly. Exactly.
And the Scout 101 seems to have that in spades.
I think so.
It's not just a mode of transportation.
No.
It's an experience.
It is.
And that experience is something that transcends generations.
Absolutely.
Wouldn't you say?
I would.
Whether you're a seasoned rider
Yeah.
who remembers the original Scout 101
Right.
or a new rider
Uh-huh.
just discovering the joy of motorcycles.
Yeah. Yeah.
This bike has something to offer.
It does. It does.
It's a bridge between the past and the present.
Yeah.
A celebration of motorcycle history
Right.
and a glimpse into the future of riding.
I like that. Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
What is that?
When we first started talking about this bike,
Yeah.
it was really focused on all the new tech,
Yeah.
the power, the performance.
Uh-huh.
But now
Yeah.
I find myself drawn to the story,
The story.
the heritage, that connection to the past.
Yeah, it's a powerful thing.
It's like this bike has a soul.
I think you've hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
In a world where everything is becoming
Yeah.
increasingly digital
Right.
and disconnected,
Right.
Scout 101 offers something tangible,
Yeah.
something real.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that some things are timeless
Yes.
and that the joy of riding a motorcycle will never go out of style.
Well said.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the 2025 Indian Scout 101,
Yeah.
I have one final question for you.
Okay.
And it's a question for our listeners as well.
Right.
If you had the choice
Mm.
between a piece of reimagined history, like the Scout 101,
Okay.
and a purely modern machine,
Right.
which would you choose?
That's a tough one.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why is that so tough?
Well, I think it depends on what you're looking for in a motorcycle.
Okay.
If you're all about the latest and greatest technology,
Right.
then a modern machine might be the way to go.
Makes sense.
But if you're looking for a bike with character,
Yeah.
with a story to tell,
Uh-huh.
a bike that connects you to the rich history of motorcycling,
Yeah.
then the Scout 101 is hard to beat.
It's true. It's a choice that reflects your values as a rider.
Yeah.
Do you value innovation above all else? Or do you appreciate the craftsmanship and heritage
Right.
that went into creating these incredible machines?
Right.
Maybe it's a bit of both.
I think that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Right.
It's a personal choice.
What's your gut feeling? Which way would you lean?
Honestly, I'm torn.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something so alluring about a bike that seamlessly blends the past and the present, like the Scout 101 does.
I know.
But I also appreciate the advancements in technology that make modern bikes so capable.
Right.
It's a tough choice.
I hear you. It's like choosing between two amazing desserts.
Right.
Do you go for the classic chocolate cake that you know and love?
Yeah.
Or do you try the new innovative creation
Right.
that might just blow your mind?
That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
I think I'd need to test ride both before we could make a decision.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And that's something we encourage our listener to do as well.
Yes.
If you're intrigued by the 2025 Indian Scout 101, go check it out in person.
Yeah.
Maybe even take it for a spin.
Do it.
You might just fall in love.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know, we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive,
We have.
but there's always more to explore.
Always.
If you're eager to learn even more about the 2025 Indian Scout 101, be sure to check out that article from Biker Motor Rider that we mentioned. They have all the specs, the photos, the details. That'll satisfy your curiosity.
It's a great resource for anyone who wants to dig a little deeper.
And with that,
Yeah.
we'll wrap up this journey
Okay.
into the world of the reimagined Indian Scout 101.
All right.
We hope you enjoyed the ride.
And that we've given you plenty to ponder.
Before we sign off,
Yeah.
I'd love to leave our listener with one final thought.
Okay.
We've talked a lot about the bike itself, but I think the most important takeaway from this deep dive
Is a reminder that motorcycling is more than just a hobby.
It is.
It's a passion,
Right.
a way of life.
It's about the open road,
Right.
the wind in your hair, the feeling of freedom that comes with exploring the world on two wheels.
It's about the connections
Connections, yes.
we make along the way
Yeah.
with other riders, with the machines themselves, and with the history that has brought us to this point.
It's a special thing. It's a special thing.
It's that shared passion that makes the motorcycle community so special.
It really is. Yeah, there's a sense of camaraderie, a shared understanding among those who ride.
And it's that camaraderie that keeps the spirit of motorcycling alive.
Absolutely. And bikes like the 2025 Indian Scout 101
Yeah.
that honor the past while embracing the future
Right.
play a vital role in carrying that spirit forward.
They remind us where we've come from and where we're headed.
Exactly.
And they inspire a new generation of riders.
To experience the thrill of the open road.
That's right.
Well said. So as we bring this deep dive to a close,
Okay.
I want to thank you for joining me
Of course.
on this journey
Yeah.
into the world of the 2025 Indian Scout 101.
It's been a pleasure.
And to our listener, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity
I hope so.
and maybe even ignited a desire to experience this remarkable motorcycle for yourself.
I think they should.
Whether you're a seasoned rider or a newcomer to the world of motorcycles,
Right.
the 2025 Indian Scout 101 is a bike that deserves your attention.
It does.
It's a testament to the enduring legacy of Indian motorcycle
It is.
and a symbol of the timeless appeal of riding.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll see you out on the open road.
I hope so.
The wind in your hair.
Yeah.
And a smile on your face.
Right.
Riding your very own piece of reimagined history.
Until then,
Yeah.
ride safe,
Easy.
keep exploring,
Explore.
never stop chasing that feeling of freedom. Thanks for joining us on the deep dive. It really is a special thing.
It is, yeah, it's powerful.
It's that shared passion that makes the motorcycle community so special.
It really is, yeah. There's a sense of camaraderie, you know,
Yeah.
a shared understanding
I know exactly what you mean.
among those who ride.
And it's that camaraderie
Yeah,
that keeps the spirit of motorcycling alive.
absolutely. And bikes like the 2025 Indian Scout 101
Right, yeah.
that honor the past while embracing the future play
Exactly.
a vital role in carrying that spirit forward.
That's true.
Yeah.
They remind us where we've come from and where we're headed.
That's right.
And they inspire a new generation of riders.
They do.
To experience the thrill of the open road.
Absolutely.
Well said. So, as we bring this deep dive to a close,
okay,
I want to thank you for joining me.
It's been my pleasure.
On this journey into the world of the 2025 Indian Scout 101.
A fascinating journey.
And to our listener, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity. And maybe even ignited a desire to experience this remarkable motorcycle for yourself.
I hope so.
Whether you're a seasoned rider or a newcomer to the world of motorcycle.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
The 2025 Indian Scout 101 is a bike that deserves your attention.
It really does.
It's a testament to the enduring legacy of Indian motorcycle.
It is.
And a symbol of the timeless appeal of riding.
That's right.
So until next time, ride safe and keep exploring.
Keep the rubber side down.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.